has been synonymous with #1 for 6 years, but 2 weeks ago, that partnership ended. Spain's Carlos Moya claimed the throne of men's tennis, putting an unfamiliar number next to the name of Pete Sampras. In his 6-year reign, he slipped from the top spot to only 5 men. But each time, the player that's taken his title has succumbed to the pressure. Call him the most resilient man in men's tennis. Pete Sampras is #1 again and just 7 weeks short of Ivan Lendl's all-time record. Record crowds in Australia, record crowds at the Newsweek, and now, you betcha, record crowds at the Lipton. Great weather, and that's partly the reason. The Lipton Championships from Crandon Park on Key Biscayne, and in our feature match today, it is the #1 player in the world. When this is over, he's the #2 seed, Pete Sampras, and he takes on Richard Krejcik in the quarterfinal. It's a terrific day, again, slightly breezy as it has been. Not too bad, though. You can see the humidity and the temperature. Basically sunny and warm and good weather for tennis. Friendly hello, everybody. I'm Cliff Drysdale. Boy, I hope you were with us yesterday. There's a lot to tell you about. First of all, let's start with Carlos Moya. He played that great match with Sebastian Grosjean. You know, it is not easy to see this caliber tennis. It just doesn't happen that often. If you were with us, I know you had a great afternoon. How about Pete Sampras? Al Costa is who he played in the late afternoon match, and it was a big one for him. In fact, let's take a look at some highlights of both of those. Now, Carlos Moya was #1 going into that day yesterday, and he had to win this match really to have a good shot at staying there. So there was a lot of pressure on him. This is the tiebreak in the third set. Brilliantly played. At times they played tentatively. At other times they played beautifully. Watch this point. Moya decides to come in, but it's a mistake because Grosjean, he likes to play on clay, and he passes so well. There were so many different kinds of points. Take a look at this one. Grosjean saying, I'm going to take my shot to come in. He does. Watch this. Moya is there. Grosjean has a good shot at this, and Moya puts it away. The lob was too short. Moya stays alive. Now, though, we get to match point. Moya down. The hustle from the Frenchman, the surprising Frenchman, and he is in the quarterfinals over the #1 player in the world, Carlos Moya. So the story now turns to Pete Sampras. All he has to do is beat Al Costa in a late afternoon match. He wins the first set. We join it here in the second set. It's 4 games all. Take a look at some of the hustle here, and he was excited, and you could see it. Why not? #1 again at stake. He says he doesn't care until the end of the year, but he sure looked like he wanted it yesterday. And he got it. Again, 4-all. Here's a break point for Sampras. Costa likes to hit the forehand, as you can see. Like so many of the Spaniards, he'd run around the backhand if he gets a chance. Watch this. Bam! Into the backhand side. Clean winner. Sampras gets the break. Now, to match point. Again, #1 at stake. The hustle is not enough. Sampras puts it away, and he is back at #1. Moya, of course, is not far behind him, as you can see, just 9 points. Kafelnikov also within striking distance. Patrick Rafter further away now, and Alex Krejcik as well. Krejcik can become and get to the top 5. Now let's take a look at the women's. It is Martina Hingis earlier today. She has not lost a set. She hasn't even looked like losing a set. Marlene Weingartner today, she beat her easily. She's a surprising qualifier from Germany. Steffi Graf also, she took on Natasha Zvereva, and she also had a relatively easy day. She's got a great record against Zvereva, and she beat her in straight sets. Now let's take a look at the tournament summary. You can see in the tiebreak, Williams had served for the match twice and failed. Anke Huber made her work very hard. Points like this, that one sailing wide, and Venus Williams is through to the next round with a win. Tiebreak in the third, but it was very close. For her sister last night, it was not nearly as close. Serena Williams takes the court again, and she strides that court majestically now, as did Monica Seles years ago when she won here twice. Number 1 in the world, and it looked for all the world like she was going to stay number 1 for a long time until that not fatal, but that stabbing in '93. Just take a look at some of these points again. Serena Williams, so quick, but mainly so confident at this point. Good effort from Seles on points like these. But not quite enough, as Serena Williams bears down with shots like she thought it was over right there. Did you see that reaction from her? This one, she thinks it's over, and finally, it is over, and Serena Williams is through. Could the Williams sisters meet in the final? I would not bet against it. There's the tournament summary. Enquist, as I said, watch for him. No injuries this year, and he's tough. Novotna, one of the old guard, 3 of them left. Serena Williams, one of the new guard, 3 of them left. Now let me introduce you to Pam Shriver. Welcome to you, Pam.